Late night with your boy Big Smash. I'll explain all this later. I'm explaining all this now. Shit. Fuck later. I'm explaining now. Now, I've been going live every day for a reason. Because what I'm doing now is I'm building up my catalog. And if I stay consistent with what I'm doing, then it allows me to do other things. Lately, I've been letting people get under my skin and I don't like it. And we've been talking about a lot of things this week. And I think the one thing that I want to touch is breakups and how after a breakup, y'all broke up now, the person who was so in love with you last week is out telling family, friends, and anybody that'll listen that you're the worst person, you're the worst thing since dial-up. They pointing out every flaw, the same flaws that they swore they adored, right? They didn't have these flaws when y'all was together. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden, you're the worst person in the world. You are the worst person in the world. You're terrible. You're loud. You're messy. You're inconsiderate. All of that. You're ugly. You're bald-headed. You stank. All this goofy shit that they stayed around you for when the shit was going good, right? So when the shit was going good and everything was going good and everything was going great, they stayed with you. You know what I'm saying? They stuck with you. They stuck by you. They was down. They was with you. All right? People so quick to trash talk you to you and about you that it just make me feel like they do that to take the focus off their own failures, their own unaccountability. What's one flaw? All right, the call out for the night is, what's one flaw your ex publicly hated you for that they used to think was so dope when y'all were together? For me, I think for me, honestly, I get ridiculed by, my kid's mother for now all of a sudden I work too hard and I work too much and I got a life and I don't have, she will swear up and down that I'm like the worst father in the world, which is beyond me. You know what I'm saying? And anybody that knows me knows, I bust my ass for my kids. And because everything goes the way that it goes and we didn't end on the best of terms, now every chance she gets, she wants to attack my character. She wants to attack who I am to anybody that'll listen. But the problem with that is when you've been on this earth 39 years, and you have always been righteous, you've always been stand up for the most part, can't nobody throw slander on your name because the resume speaks for itself. You can't get on social media, you can't get on family and friends and try to downplay somebody who has 18 strong years of parenting under his belt. You can't make me feel no type of way. Her biggest gripe, and it's crazy. This is her biggest gripe about me. I don't buy her clothes and I don't buy her shoes, right? My biggest gripe has always been if I wasn't too busy keeping a roof over her head, I would be able to buy clothes. I pay your fucking rent when you need help. I think a roof over your head and make sure y'all got a place to lay y'all head is more important than the $300 you spend on one outfit. I would think that would make sense. You know, you want a roof over your head or you want the outfit? It ain't like she's spending $300 on 5, 6, 7, 8 outfits. She wants to buy $300 outfits. One outfit. I'm not doing that. It'd be different if I wasn't giving you money to pay your heat and your light bill. Keep that shit going. You know what I'm saying? I think a child having lights and heat is more important than Gucci and all that other designer shit. She big on designer shit. You know what I'm saying? So then you go down the list and you start thinking about it like, damn, you want to worry about shoes and clothes, or do you want to worry about having lights, rent paid, food in your house, a phone that you can talk to doctors and shit to? Is that I'm confused on which one is more important. Is it $300 for one outfit, or is it money to keep the lights and the food and all that shit, gas in your car so you can get around the doctor's appointments and shit? I think people spend a lot of time trying to dog your character. What I figured out is they spend a lot of time trying to dog your character and dog who you are because you're no longer available for the dumb shit that they so used to doing. You know what I'm saying? I told motherfuckers today the jig is up. I'm done being nice about shit. I'm done bypassing shit. You can't slander my name to make yourself feel good because you failed. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not a confrontational person. I don't like getting in confrontations, but sometimes you gotta sit back and be like, yo, enough is enough. You can say whatever you want to say about me. I never really care. And that goes for anybody. Male, female, cat, dog. I don't give a fuck. For what? You gonna say and move and do whatever you feel you want to do. Straight up. You gonna move how you move, but at the end of the day, once we end, we end. We don't have to end respectfully or cordially or none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like a lot of times people get on social media and they use bad breakups and shit for clout. All right, we broke up. Cool. You want to get online and slander people, make sure it's the truth. It ain't nothing to tell the truth about me. I ain't never been perfect. And I don't pay attention to goofy shit. Sometimes you just gotta speak what you speak, though. I speak with validation when it comes to me. I'm my own person. I don't need social media to validate me. I don't need to get on here and play victim and be like, oh, it's me and everything I go through is everybody else's fault. No, you go through the shit that you go through because you're a terrible person. You're a terrible person. I ain't going through shit, brother. I'm just tired of you know what I'm saying? When you're doing nice and you're doing good for people, you're the best person in the world. The second you move and get away from the being used and being mistreated and being abused, now you're the worst motherfucker in the world. You terrible. You terrible. How? Because I moved away? Because I got away from something that didn't fit me? I'm terrible. I'm a bad guy. But you know what? The worst thing that I can get, though, and before I really jump into tonight's show, if they can't attack you, they attack your character. And what I mean by that is, if they can't attack your person, they will attack your character. They will make you feel like you ain't shit when you know you are. And sometimes you gotta block that shit out. I jumped on live tonight because I got a lot on my mind. I'm the type that's gonna figure it out. And I just had to say, you can attack whatever character that you want to Big Smash. Let me tell you something. I've never cared. I know who I am, know what I've been through. And tonight's topic is just about that. All right. The flip-flopping defense, right? What that means is you magnifying whoever you was dealing with imperfections to minimize your own guilt. All right. When you tell the world you tell people it was too messy, it was too emotional, you ain't do shit. They are trying to write a narrative when you force them to break up with you, or you force them to leave. This removes the guilt and the responsibility. Like, it's not their fault, it's yours. You know what I'm saying? They weaponize your flaws to grant themselves emotional amnesty. What that means is they don't want to hold themselves accountable, so they'll find every little thing under the sun to blame you for it. You know what I'm saying? Which in return makes them look like a good person. They're a good person. That's a such thing called the good person lie. You know, you needed the public to believe that you are the victim. You did nothing wrong. You perfect. You ain't never made a mistake ever in your life. It was all their fault. Come on now. We all done been through that. Nobody wants to look like the villain. I done been a villain in so many stories. That shit, sometimes I be believing that shit. I ain't gonna hold you. Sometimes I be hearing stories. What up, Styles? I ain't going through shit, brother. Sometimes I be hearing stories about me and I'm like, damn, that shit sound believable as fuck. But then I think about who it's coming from. And then it's like, oh, okay, cool. They talking about you on social media. The louder they trash talk you, the quieter they become about their own failures. And you know everything that they fail in that. And you choose to take the high road. I mean, that would be the responsible thing to do, because y'all going back and forth about each other's flaws. It doesn't make y'all look better than the other one. It actually makes y'all look pretty stupid, because y'all notice all these things about each other, but y'all stayed up under each other. Make it make sense. That don't make you a winner. That makes you stupid. Honestly. And that's just coming from a motherfucker that's done the social media back and forth. It just makes you look stupid. Don't fall for the noise. It's a smoke screen. They using that for external validation. They need that. They need somebody, that one cousin that's a mile away, or 50 million miles away. You right, cousin. Don't let them do that. I seen a live today, and somebody was going off on the dude that they stayed with, and they was just going off, and I was just like, what are you doing? If y'all still gonna be together, what's the point of this? You know what I'm saying? What's the point of this? They can't, the hypocrisy, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of that goes on too. You know, they love the chaos, they love the everything that you were doing, they love the toxic shit, they love the love when it was for them. You know what I'm saying? They loved your intensity when it was directed at them. The truth is, they knew your flaws. They just didn't want to work on their own while you were doing yours. Your growth, when you expanded yourself up, you exposed their stagnation. You made their life look real insignificant when you was building something more. So when you finally said, you know what? Enough is enough. Enough of this sitting around doing nothing and just watching you live off me. That's when they got mad. Oh, I seen that. Yeah. Sometimes they're not looking for that at all. Sometimes we don't want to address the reason that the person is reacting the way that they are. Facts. A lot of times we'll avoid, but a lot of times people will avoid their own flaws because it's such easier to point fingers at the next person and blame them for why everything is going bad in your life. Straight up. Another thing, people like to project. They like to project. They like to blame you for the insecurities that they refuse to admit. This was me. Okay? I'm not gonna sit here and hold you. I was probably one of the biggest projectors you'll ever meet in your life. Everything was your fault. Even though it was my fault and I know I was wrong. And like I said, I've been caught up so many times that I still tried to lie my way out of shit. So I know the projection trap was big. You know, if they yelling out, oh, you too jealous, you too insecure, it's often because they was dealing with their own guilt. You cheating, you lying. It's sometimes it's they're cheating, they're lying. So they deflect, they project it all on you. You know, if they call you too distant, it's often because you're emotionally unavailable. And after a while, after dealing with people bullshit for so long, you do become emotionally unavailable. They are projecting their failure onto you. They fucked up. They know they did. So they make themselves the bigger person by deflecting. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to look in the mirror if they got the mirror pointing at you. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen that too. I've done that. Doesn't make me feel good when you look back on it and you just like, damn. Some people do. What they do to you. Sometimes people get on social media and they get to their family and friends so they can beat you to the punch, so they can get ahead of it. You know what I'm saying? They'll post first to control the story before you can speak the truth. That happened to me too. It didn't happen to me by me, but it happened to me. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, somebody used me for content, and I'll never forget their ass for that shit. They used me for content. They used me to big themselves up. Now, granted, I gave them the ammo, true enough. But when you think that you're friends with somebody or y'all have that type of friendship, you wouldn't think that they would, you know what I'm saying, blow up the way that they did and change the narrative around they post first. And you know, that's what a lot of social media arguments and shit be. Even in the industry, it's all about who posts first. It's all about who get that story out there first. You know what I'm saying? This is a power move. They seize control of the narrative and force you into a reactive position. Now you have to respond because your character is on the line, depending on how deep the shit that they said. The goal is to look like the one who won the breakup. You know what I'm saying? So naturally, the first person that gets out there gets a head start. I've seen that. I've been a part of that. Your silence sometimes is the only way to defeat that. Because a lot of times people look back like, yo, I let this person talk. And it's like, all right, keep talking. I ain't got to defend that shit. The art of digital war. I like that. The art of digital war. America teaches us that lesson every day. Control of the narrative is important. Call the cops. I'm just saying, I've been there. You know what I'm saying? I've definitely started some fires in my life and jumped on social media first. I'm not getting on here to point fingers at that. I've done that. You know what I'm saying? I've done that. I've done that when I felt validated or justified to get out here and say something about something. I'm gonna beat you to it. And a lot of times what I did it because I wanted a reaction. I'm a podcaster. I needed a muse per se. So I felt like a lot of times when I got out and jumped out the window, it's because I needed you. You know, I ain't like your energy. You running around like you was better than me when it came to podcasting. So I needed that motivation. I needed you to say something. And a lot of times nobody would. So a lot of times it was like, all right, cool. Left it alone. But another thing that they do this, right? Attacking you is the only way they gain power after a breakup. The breakup made them feel powerless, confused, hurt. You know, attacking you is their only remaining point of control. You know, don't give the power away by arguing. You got nothing to prove. Not to these people on social media. I learned that the hard way. Recognize that the attack is just a sign of their weakness because they ain't got no other chip to play in their hand. They ain't got no other chip to use. They lost. You know what I'm saying? They lost. So now, when they do that, they out here trying to recruit soldiers. You know what I'm saying? They out here trying to mobilize their friends to take their side. A truly malicious person will start calling all y'all mutual friends. All right? Forcing them to choose sides. Hey. If you fuck with him, you can't fuck with me. If you fuck with her, you can't fuck with me. I ain't going. Nope. You got to get away. This is an unnecessary war. Now you got friends who ain't got shit to do with this, and they looking like, damn, the fuck is going on? I fuck with both of them. Fuck I'm supposed to do. Your friends like drama. You got friends out here that love drama. You know what I'm saying? So they wait. The real ones will reach out privately and be like, you know what? We're doing like this. What's going on with this? How you move, how you do this. The ones that like the drama, that keep up with the drama, that comment and leave all type of drama-filled comments and shit, them the ones you gotta watch out for. It's a one-on-one battle right now. Why are you commenting? This ain't got nothing to do with you. This is a one-on-one battle. Explain to me what you got to do with that. Stop picking sides, because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen when you do that, right? The minute that you and your partner, y'all become cool again, that partner going to remember everybody in them comments that was throwing shade. He going to remember that shit. She going to remember that shit. Or let's say that y'all don't become cool, right? Now, everybody catching strays. Everybody that had their 2 cents is catching strays. I'm that type. You will catch strays. Even if you indirectly didn't know what you were doing, you will catch strays. Yes. Okay. For instance, Styles, me and you, we friends, right? It's my brother. That's my man's. We get into it, and then everybody that we cool with, you know what? That's a bad example. Here's an even better example. I had a former co-host. Shout out to him. And when we got into it, everybody named Mama was picking sides. They was being real super fucking messy, getting in between, picking sides. Oh, I ain't fucking with Smash. I ain't fucking with him. Blah, 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 in between. Then going back and playing sides. Now, right is right, wrong is wrong. You stand on whatever side you feel. But my thing was the ones that knew they picked the wrong side and then tried to come back and kick it. I'm cool. My thing is stay mutual in the first place. That way, true enough, that way when shit did become cool and shit did die down, you ain't got a horse in the race because you stayed out of it. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what these people relationship is like. So if they into it on social media, you don't know what they do behind closed doors. They might work it out. We ain't forget though. We ain't forget that you said that this motherfucker was a nothing ass motherfucker who didn't bring in no money. We ain't forget that shit. Whether y'all became cool again or not, we ain't forget that shit. Straight up. So keep y'all business off social media. But in case you do have to, go through social media and people, I'm gonna tell you how to avoid some of this shit. Starving the narrative. Silence is your most powerful defense sometimes and the ultimate form of strength. What I mean by that is the most powerful move you can make after a messy breakup is silence. Don't text them. Don't post subliminals. I'm the king of that shit. I ain't gonna hold you. Don't argue your case online because now it seems like you on trial. And, starve the narrative. The truth doesn't need to be defended. You got a future that needs to be built. Fuck you sitting here going back and forth with people that wasn't in the relationship with you. Hey, you can come up at any time, my brother. You know this. You can come up at any time. I'm gonna be up here a little bit longer, so pop up. I'll send you the link if you want it. I think a lot of times you got to be disciplined on social media. And I know it's hard. And again, this is coming from me. I am the most non-disciplined person on social media that you could be, but sometimes I've been getting better lately with that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to cut the cord. You got to block the number. You got to delete the pictures, delete the social media connection. You cannot heal when you constantly monitoring everything that person is doing. Oh, that was me. I'm watching your page every 2 minutes because I'm waiting to think that you saying something about me. I'm waiting. I feel like you said something about me. Cool. Now I got some ammo. I told you I was a shit starter. So don't do what I did. All right. Sometimes you gotta, every time you check their page, you signing up for another dose of pain and slowing your recovery. So basically what I'm saying is when y'all break up and y'all get into it, it's okay to not go on their page. It's okay to not text them, not look at your pictures and be like, damn, I reminisce, I miss her, I miss him. Now you ain't even got to do that. You know what I'm saying? Look at the accusations, right? Shit that they said that occurred and filter them for truth. If they said you was too clingy, work on your independence. Disregard the exaggerations, but embrace the truth. I don't think every time somebody get on social media or go to family and friends and say some shit about me, I don't think it's always 100% false. I'm not that type of person. There might be some truth to what they're saying. Not everything might not be the truth, but there is some truth in some of this shit. So it's not like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? You work on that shit. You work on the truth for your next one. You know what I'm saying? You redirect that energy. Every time you feel the urge to text or argue or redirect the energy back to your purpose, you replace that void with value. I'm not gonna waste my time arguing with you. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm not gonna waste my time arguing with you. I'm finna podcast. I'm not gonna waste my time arguing with you. We finna get online and play Call of Duty. I'm not finna do it. At this point, I don't be having the time. You know what I'm saying? You can put that time into your side hustle, a quiet time to reset your mind. Like a lot of times people just be arguing just to hear themselves think. I don't got time for it. Accepting that you flawed and that every relationship that you get in ain't gonna work out, and sometimes you're gonna have those bad breakups, that's the first step. You need to accept that you flawed, and that is okay. You're a work in progress. Walk away with this truth. Yes, I am flawed, but I am honest. I am growing. The failure is not my identity. This one failure does not identify who I am as a person. You know what I'm saying? Your character is intact, regardless of their narrative. And there's people out here that will attack your character because they have nothing else to attack. I said that already. That's some real shit. Stop calling your friends just to talk bad. Stop recruiting witnesses. Stand on your own 2 feet. Real talk. I don't need help hanging up on the ex. Didn't work. I'm not making nobody choose sides. I can call you and I'll talk about my feelings. That's why I'm glad I got some real ones around me, because they won't let me, dog out anybody that they've seen me be with. They will let me vent. They will hear my feelings, and but it's mine. It's not about what the other person did. It's mine. They will hear mine. They will tell me, yo, you fucked up. You know how many times I had them conversations? That shit bothered the fuck out of me. Like, how the fuck is you saying that to me, dog? You're supposed to be my homie. But see, a real homie is not going to lead you down that path. They gonna keep it a buck with you, whether you right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? Your friends are there for emotional support, not to be soldiers in your personal war. Real shit. Keep your drama off your day ones. They ain't got nothing to do with it. Real shit. The people who truly matter, people who love you, they already know your character. Your family, your real friends, they know your character. Remember how I was talking earlier about how she tried to attack my character as a parent, and then I had to look back like, damn, my kids, they know what's up. I don't have to prove nothing to you. I've been a parent for 18 years. I ain't gotta tussle with you. You know what I'm saying? You feel how you feel. My success will be the final answer. You know, I can understand if I got 8 kids. I can understand if 6 or 7 of those 8 had something bad as far as me being a father. Then I could step back and be like, you know what? Maybe I need to analyze and rethink that. But if I got one 5 children's mothers and only one is speaking ill about me, then that's a pretty good percentage. I'll take that. Now, if it was 2 or 3, then I have to step back and be like, is it really me? Am I really the problem? I have to step back and think about that. Your reputation is defended by your actions, not your captions, not what that person is getting on here, texting and talking about. Because I know a lot of times people don't like getting on social media against me because I won't stop. Like, I won't stop. Like, I won't stop. Like, if it's personal, you fucked up in so many ways because I will not stop. Like, and people that know me know this. You know what I'm saying? I had a person who said some pretty personal shit about me and got mad when I responded. And that means everything was a go. Like, once you bring kids and families and dead relatives and all that shit into it, oh man, it's ball game. Real shit. You have to forgive yourself for staying too long, for loving too hard, and for making mistakes. You are not obligated to honor a mistake simply because you spent a long time making it. That's my favorite line. I made this mistake for a long time, but I ain't got to stick with it because, you know what I'm saying, it don't matter how many days you put in it. Jovan, what up? They don't, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they will blemish the image. They will try to blemish the image that you built. You know what I'm saying? That's their goal. They try to attack your character. When what I learned is people have tried to attack my character just in the whole 2025, just the whole 2025 alone, because they've tried to attack my character by making me feel like I'm the bad guy because I said no. I said no. I told you no. I told you, you know, you can't use me. I won't let you use me. I won't let you play me. So now I'm the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? You can call me for everything under the sun, and once you get it, now you want to treat me like shit. Nah, I'm cool. You did that one too many times, and then it was like, yeah, I'm cool. I don't want no smoke. I'm gonna get the fuck away. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna move the fuck around. All right, look. Don't let a temporary break control your permanent narrative. The person who needs to tear you down after a breakup is the person who is most afraid of accepting their own responsibility of failure. All right? The real explanation for this episode is this. The moment you start worrying about what they are saying and start focusing on what you are building, you win. All right? That's how you beat them. That's how you beat them at their own game. Don't pay attention to it. Keep leveling up. All the ones that be like, oh, you'll never find nobody like me, and you'll never find. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. You're going to find somebody better. And that's what's really going to break them. That's what's really going to hurt them when they find out, damn, you really leveled up. You get around and you see people who are doing better than you as far as the next person that they're with. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people will tell you, oh, you ain't gonna find nobody better than me. Yes, you will. And that's what's gonna make them salty. Because now you see everything that they're doing, they have gotten better. And I tell people this all the time. Listen, I ain't following behind no ex's shoes. I don't care. I come in and I do my own thing. Yeah, you can tell me what went wrong, and I'm gonna hear you, but I come in and do my own thing. Straight up. I don't play about family. I don't play about the kids. I don't play about none of that shit. Like, sometimes you think back and you just like, man, where did we go? Why do we hate each other this bad now? I sit back and I see it too, man. Like, damn, we used to be in love. We used to like each other. Damn, why do we hate each other this bad? Crazy. Tomorrow is Sunday. We late night with Big Smash right now. January 10th, we got the show popping off. Live show, live. I'll explain all this later. In Chicago. Tickets go on sale next Friday, which is the day Big Smash came into this earth. Tickets are $10. Want to come politic with Big Smash? Come on through. We got the Bougie Babe popping out. I got a couple other guest panelists popping out. I'll be announcing those next week. Y'all know what it is, man. Stop letting people build a narrative about you that don't fit you. Y'all know I get on here and I talk my shit, but I be talking that real shit that make you really be like, damn, he got a point. I don't do the games. I don't do the back and forths. I don't do none of that shit no more. There's no point in it. Needless to say, just be you. Y'all already know what it is. Probably see y'all tomorrow. I'm out.